turns out that it looks like the U.S. ambassador to Ukraine that Trump fired, this woman that he fired her, Yovanovitch, Marie Yovanovitch is her name. He fired her apparently because he wanted somebody in there who would help one of the gas companies there get some American oligarchs in on the deal. I mean, this is truly mind-boggling. Laura Clausen writing about it over at the Daily Kos today. 3 big Republican donors with ties to Trump and Rudy Giuliani, Lev Parnas, Igor Fruman, and Harry Sargent III, were working to replace the CEO of Naftogaz, the Ukrainian state gas company, with another executive, a guy by the name of Andrew Favorov, who they thought would be more friendly to their profit motives. These guys met in Texas with this guy from Ukraine, Favorov, that they want to put in charge of the gas company. And then later, Favorov, a friend of Dale Perry, a former business partner of Favorov's, told the Associated Press that Favorov, quote, Favorov perceived it as a shakedown. And, you know, Dale Perry says Favorov said Parnas told him Trump planned to remove U.S. Ambassador Marie Yovanovitch and replace her with someone more open to aiding their business interests. And then, you know, last Friday, Rudy Giuliani says, yeah, I had a role in getting her fired. And it turns out Energy Secretary Rick Perry is in the middle of this thing, too. I mean, it is so corrupt. John Brennan, the director of the CIA, says that we would call... If the CIA was looking at the current way the United States is run, anywhere else in the world, we would call it a banana republic. We would say it was very corrupt. This is exactly what he said this weekend on NBC News on Meet the Press. He said, we would look at it, that would be us, as a very corrupt government, the Trump administration anyway. We would look at it as a very corrupt government that is under the sway right now of this powerful individual who has been able to just corrupt the institutions and the laws of the country. And then Todd gets Ron Johnson on and he starts blithering about Fox News conspiracy theories. And Todd says, no, I'm not going to take that. And then again, John Brennan, the former head of the CIA, says it's no longer a democracy if an autocrat has it in his hands. And people like Johnson and others are putty in his hands, which means that the democratic principles on which this country was founded are eroding right now. Yes, I would say so, right in front of our eyes. Associated Press News, AP News, the headline, this is, you know, Dateline Kiev, Ukraine. Profit, not politics. Trump allies sought Ukrainian gas deal. Their plan was to steer lucrative contracts to companies controlled by Trump allies. And then Poroshenko lost his, and this was when Poroshenko was the president. He was pro-Western, but he was also, you know, corrupted by the oil oligarchs. And he lost the election to Zelensky, this comedian who ran on a let's clean up this place, you know, platform. And I mean, but the effort to install a friendlier management team at the helm of the gas company, Naftogaz, would soon be taken up with Ukraine's new president by U.S. Energy Secretary Rick Perry. So Rick Perry's trying to get American oil oligarchs in on the oil business in Ukraine. As the Associated Press writes, there's not a name associated with this. They just attribute this to the AP. Those with ties to Trump and his administration were pursuing business deals in Ukraine that went far beyond advancing the president's personal political interests. It also raises questions about whether Trump's allies were mixing business and politics. At the same time, Republicans were calling for a probe of Biden and his son Hunter. On Friday, according to the news site Axios, Trump told a group of Republican lawmakers that it had been Rick Perry who had prompted the phone call in which Trump asked Zelensky for a favor regarding Biden. And Perry is our energy secretary, and so it's all about oil. It's mind-boggling. I mean, I don't know how to say it other than mind-boggling.